All right, so let's work a real life type of example. If I take a ball and I throw it at 30 degrees at 20 miles per hour, I want you to write the vector for it. So essentially, here I am, right here, voila, and I throw a ball and I launch it at 30 degrees. So this right here is 30 degrees. This is 20 miles per hour. This is why we generally use V for vectors, because it's going to represent a lot of times velocity. Doesn't have to, but a lot of times, especially when we start getting into physics, you'll see velocity quite often written as a vector. All right, and I want to know, I need to write this in vector form. Well, all I have is like a resultant, and I have an angle. But I actually have two different vectors, because here's a vector here. I'm going to have another vector here, and technically I have a vector here from the origin, but if we remember from the parallelogram, I can draw something parallel here. So I'm looking for my x component, and I'm looking for my y component. This is just basic trig. This is just basic trig. To find my x component, well, isn't this just cosine theta? So I could do 20 cosine 30 degrees. And to find this y component, couldn't I just do 20 sine of 30 degrees? So my vector, I could write it like this, 20 times cosine of 30 degrees, sine of 30 degrees, because they both have 20 in common. But this right here, x is our cosine value on the unit circle. X is going to be, or cosine is going to be the x component for your angle of the vector. Sine is the y value on our unit circle. Sine is going to be the y component of your angle. You're going to use your angle to get the y component. Well, from here, we can evaluate this from the unit circle. So I'm going to have 20, let's see, sine of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. And sine of cosine of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. Sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. Woo! Now we multiply by a scalar, and my vector would be 10 square root of 3 comma 10. And voila, that would be the vector that represents me throwing a ball at 20 miles per hour at an angle of 30 degrees. There would be my vector. Pretty straightforward. Got to know your unit circle, though. Got to know your unit circle. Hi, I'm Mr. Buzzer, and these videos are supplemental instruction for my students. If you found the video enjoyable, make sure you click the like button and click subscribe, as well as the bell for notifications to receive future videos on high school mathematics.